Okay, this is the Crimson Fist army at 1850 points. It's got a lot of elite. So we're going to go to the Warlord. Warlord is a librarian. Mastery level 2. Terminator armor, storm shield. He's a pyromancer. And he's going to be going with 4 Centurion Devastators. They have the missile launchers and the grab cannons. I have 5 Vanguard with jump packs, and the Sergeant has a pair of lightning claws. I have 10 Terminators with 2 assault cannons, and there will be a chaplain with Terminator armor and Stormbolter accompanying them. I have 2 tactical squads. They are identical in their composition. Combi Flamer and Power Fist on the Sergeant, and he is a veteran, so leadership 9, Heavy Bolter and Flamer. And the Rhino does have the Dozer Blade. This squad is also the same as the first, so Power Fist, Combi Flamer, Heavy Bolter, Flamer, and a Dozer Blade on the Rhino. I got a Predator Destructor with the Heavy Bolter sponsons, an autocannon turret, and a Storm Bolter. And then I have a Stalker, stock Stalker, just with the Icarus Storm Cannon array. So that's 1850 points. And the Warlord's trait is Storm of Fire, so he'll be able to, once per game, reroll shooting to hits. Alright, let's go check out the demons.
Alright, so we have 1850 points of Khorne Daemonkin. First time playing this one. So for HQs, we have Chaos Lord on a bike with Gore Drinker, Special Axe, and he has a Sigil of Corruption and the Skull Helm of Khorne, so that he can get an extra attack every time he rolls a 6 to hit. And we have Skull Taker. It's a Herald. And then for troops, we have 8 Blood Letters with a Blood Reaper as a character and unit. And then we have a squad of Berserkers. Champion has a Power Fist, and they're in a Rhino. And then we have 2 squads of Space Marines. One with a Melt-A-Gun, and the Sergeant has a Power Fist. The other has a Plasma Gun, and the Sergeant has a Power Sword, both in Rhinos. Squads of 8 with a holy number of Khorne. Vast Attack. We have a Helldrake with the Bale Flamer. We have 5 Raptors, 2 Melt-A-Guns, and we have 8 Flesh Hounds of Khorne that will be accompanying the Lord into battle as an escort. Then we have 3 squads of 3 Chaos Terminators. We have a squad with Combi Plasmas and a Chain Fist on the Champion. And this one has 3 Combi Meltas, all with power axes, and the last one has 3 Combi Meltas and a Chain Fist on the Champion. And then with the Blood Tithe, hopefully we'll be able to summon in some of these guys. We've got a Demon Prince without wings, we have a Bloodthirster, and then if I fail, the Dark Apotheosis might turn into a Spawn. So that's what we got. We got 1850 points of Khorne Daemonkin.
Okay, we got deployment for the Space Marines, the Crimson Fist. The Terminators are going to be on the right side flank with the Predator. In the center we have a Warlord, the Librarian, with the Centurions in the Ruin, with the Stalker. The 2 Rhino squads over here by these objectives. We got a bunch of objectives right here in this one small area. We got 2 right here in front of us, and then you got one covered up over there, right? Mm-hmm. And there's one covered up over there. And then we have the Vanguard behind the ruins in this area. So I have nothing in reserve. This is deployment for these guys. Okay, for the Chaos, over here on the right, We got the Raptors. The Berserkers are in here. There's 8 of them. And the Lord with the Hounds. We got a Chaos Space Marine squad with Skull Taker inside this Rhino. The Bloodletters here. And then this Rhino just has a squad of 8 Chaos Space Marines with the Sergeant and the power weapon. And a plasma gun. In reserve, you got the Helldrake and your 3 squads of Terminators.
Yep.
So these are all in reserve, deep striking in. And he's flying on. Okay, we're going to see if Connor can seize the initiatives with the Demon's Fury. 3 now, so it's going to be Crimson Fist turn 1. Okay, we got turn 1 for the Crimson Fists. We had the Terminators fired their assault cannons at that Rhino, and I was able to do 2 glancing hits on this guy. And this Predator also fired through and was able to get some damage on him. So what did that guy took 2 hull points altogether?
2 hull points and he's shaking.
And he's shaken. The Centurions fired through here. Well, I think they fired up here onto the raised Rhino with the Berserkers, and we were able to wreck it, and they had to spill out. So it was combined fire from the Centurions and this Stalker that was only able to snap shoot because it has a Skyfire. This Rhino moved up 3 inches to get within, to capture that objective in case if we can steal the loot. Fired his heavy bolter and fired over here. Fired the heavy bolter out there, and the snap shooting killed 1 Raptor all the way across the board. This Rhino had to move flat out to secure objective 2 because this is what I dealt. I got 2 secure objective 2 cards and a Kingslayer, so I was able to get those 2 points. And my Vanguard is just going to try to be a countercharger back here. And that's how we got first blood for destroying that Rhino, and 2 objective points for securing objective number 2. Okay, so we pulled from the new tactical objectives from the Daemonkin book. He got the Blood God Scorn, so if he's able to make my Librarian or his unit run back or kill him, any Psyker, he's going to get a victory point. And then you also got Hold the Line and securing objective 1. Okay, so we got movement. He's moving this Rhino a little bit backwards. He'll that hold the line, stay within his deployment zone.
Alright. You using 3 of that?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Is that your other card?
Yeah.
So he has to also try to get to secure objective 1. I have my troop there securing it. So Raptors are going to come out. Moving their full 12. So it looks like our tactical analysis of this planet was true. This place is infested with Khorne demons. The ruined city.
I'm going to move the berserkers.
Berserker's going to come out, getting through that ruin. Now they won't be able to assault this turn because they got destroyed out of a rhino, but next turn they're going to be really right on top of me. Got a possible charge from the raptors over here on this rhino. That guy's got a nice power fist, doesn't he?
Yep.
Yep.
Strength 9.
Strength 9.
Charge.
Take some skulls for the skull throne.
Oh yeah.
Now here come the beasts. Release the hounds. Hounds are coming out of nowhere over the hill. And you got the Lord attached to that squad, don't you?
Yep.
Lord on a bike.
Now your grav chems, they wound on armor save, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So your majority armor save there would be, what was that, 5 or 6?
0.
For these guys? No armor save? Wow. Okay, this is the rhino that I didn't target anything with, so this guy's full ready to go. No restrictions to movement. Didn't suffer any hull points. And he's got the melted gun in there, right? We got power fist melted gun.
Yep.
Disembarking?
Yeah.
Okay, so this rhino moved up and we got the 8-man Chaos Space Marine unit with Skull Taker disembarking. And the blood letters, you're going to try to keep them in your deployment zone, or?
Yeah, I'm going to keep them, some of them within 12.
Alright. So we get that hold the line card. You'll have that rhino back there. Plus, what do you have to have? More than one squad?
There's 3.
3?
So I have a guy in there and a squad. And then I have this guy's.
Okay.
12. Yes, 12. Okay.
Alright, so we're going to go on to shooting.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay, we got first round of shooting. We're going for raptors.
Yep, we got the raptors. We're going to fire 2 melty guns, and he's going to throw a crack grenade into the rhino. Crack grenade is the black die. So we missed with a melty gun. So the crack grenade needs a 5 to glance, and the melta needs a 3 to glance. So we're not within melta range. So we got glance and a pen.
Okay.
So a pen from the grenade is a 3.
Alright, looks like I'm going to get some kind of cover from that ruin, right?
Yeah.
Well, you're hitting the full side, so I don't think I'm going to get cover, but because you're in a side shot right there, that's a side angle. Well, some of them are, some of them aren't, but it's 11 armor.
Yeah.
So no cover, we'll say. All right.
Okay. Yep.
So what happened to penetration from the melta?
No, penetration from the grenade. Rolled a 3, so you can't shoot. Right.
All right. So it takes a whole point, can't shoot.
Okay,
2 whole points down. Berserkers throwing crack grenade.
Missed. So now we're going to go on over here. He's going to throw a grenade, and we're going to fire the melty gun at the side armor.
Okay, melty gun full range at side armor and a grenade.
Melty gun is red. So melta missed, and we get a 5 or 6 with the grenade. Nope.
Nope.
No limbs.
So we're sitting on one whole point, and it can't shoot.
Bolter.
So plasma gun popping out of the back, firing at the Terminators with 1 bolter.
So here is the bolter. Miss, and here's the plasma. Plasma hits, and it needs a 2, so it wounds.
Alright, so we're going to try to make our 5+ invulnerable save.
Yep.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Alright, we got that save.
Now we're going to fire a twin link bolter from the rhino. Snapshot. Miss. Miss. And then over here, this rhino is going to snap shoot at the Vanguard veterans. 24. I know he's out of range. So we're going to fire over there.
Centurions?
Yep, fire through that ruin. Nope. So we hit because it's just he only moves 6.
Yep.
So he needs a what is he, 5 to wound. Nothing.
Okay.
Alright. So now assault phase.
Okay, so that's all the shooting?
Yep.
Alright, so we lost 2 whole points on this rhino. It was shaken and there was no other casualties, right?
Right.
Okay, going on to the assault phase.
Right.
Okay, so the dogs, how far away are they? It looks like about 5, maybe 4.
5.
5-inch charge.
5-inch charge, and they've
okay.
flipped. So we got our 2 dice. So we got an 8, so they're in.
All right. So these guys are going to be all over this rhino with the 8-inch charge. Okay, so our overwatch from the guys inside didn't hit anything. These guys rolled snake eyes, so they failed to charge. So we just got the dogs. Do they have Hammer of Wrath?
No.
Okay.
Only if you take that formation right here.
Okay, so here's all the dogs. Weapon skill of 1, so you need 3s to hit. What's their strength?
Strength 5 on the charge. So we need 5s to glance.
Yeah, we got that rear 10 armor.
Just 1 5 will do it.
So only got 1 whole point remaining. I see a couple of 5s there.
So we got a pen and a glance.
Okay, so that's going to be a wreck.
Yep.
Okay, so the dogs were able to get that last hull point. So these guys were forced to disembark from the wrecked vehicle, and unfortunately they rolled a 10 for their leadership. So they are pinned. So that means no flamer attacks, and we're going to get charged by a whole heck of a lot. Alright, so you got 2 Blood Tithe points.
Yep, right
1 for the rhino being destroyed from my shooting, and then 1 for destroying the other rhino.
Yep.
So every time something dies, or every time you kill something with a Khorne Daemonkin, you're adding to the Blood Tithe. So he's up to 2.
Something dies in a challenge, it's another
like
point.
Characters and stuff like that.
So if
your army or my army, right?
Yep, either character.
Alright, so the Blood Tithe's already up to 2 points after round 1. Let's see what happens in round 2. Okay, movement from the Crimson Fist. We disembarked from this rhino. Try to be able to get some decent flamer shots on this, since these guys are pinned and they won't be able to. Only snap firing this round. The Vanguard moved up so we can get an assault on the Raptors. And this rhino is going to stay put. The Terminators just did the shuffle. I pulled my cards. I also got a Subjured Depth of 2 again, and 4, and Kingslayer we had from last turn. So 4 is over here. So we had to get that guy within 3-inch coherency to moving these people over. And it looks like we're going to be losing that one from Steel Loot next turn. So I don't think I'm going to be able to just get those guys off that objective. So let's do some shooting. Not much movement. Looks like the battle's taking place over this area. Okay, so after the shooting phase, we had the Centurions unloaded and wiped out all 7 of the Chaos Space Marines. They're leaving Skulltaker. We did our flamer, and we were able to do some wounds on the hounds, but we didn't do enough damage. These guys all snapshot and missed with everything. So we fired the Terminators. These 3 could not. These 3 guys were out of range, but these 3 for the rest over fired. And we did 2 wounds to the Lord. He failed to do a lookout, and well, I think you took a couple of couple hits, and he was able to take 2 wounds off of him. A lot of other hounds are dead, but they're fearless, so no morale check needed. We fired bolt pistols into the Raptors, and no casualties. So we're going to charge the Raptors with our Vanguard. He's going to be able to do his Overwatch with it melters, and that's all the shooting. So we did kill Chaos Space Marines, a couple of hounds, and then we did also, this Predator moved over 6 inches and was able to get a good shot. We missed with the snap firing heavy bolters, but the autocannon did the last remaining hull point, so these guys are forced to disembark.
That's for the Blood Tithe.
And he gets 1 more Blood Tithe because something else was killed.
Right.
So he's up to 4 now.
Yep. So I believe I got this squad, 2 rhinos, and I killed your rhino.
Alright. So Overwatch over here.
Yep. So we have 2 melty guns, 1 hits, wounds.
So one guy's going to be dead.
I have a crack grenade, misses, and a bolt pistol. Nothing.
Alright, so this lead guy is removed from the melty gun.
And now they have counterattack. So
it looks like I'm going to need about 4 inches.
Yep.
So let's see if I can get that rolled up. So we are going to be in. So counterattack gives you
+1 attack.
+1 attack. Do you have to make a leadership check or anything?
Not anymore.
Alright. So we're going to charge in and see that result of the charge. Alright, so what was that rule? You have...
Skulls for the Skull Throne. Must challenge.
Alright, so the champion, Chaos Champion, challenges. My sergeant with his Paralightning Claws will accept this challenge. And we'll do that one first?
Yep.
Okay, so what do you got?
I have 2 base attacks, +1 for counterattack from having the Mark of Khorne, and then +1 for having 2 weapons.
And what's your initiative, 4?
Yeah.
So this is the same time as me.
So we hit twice, and we need 4s to wound. 1 wound.
Alright, so I'm taking a wound. Let's see what kind of attacks I do back. So I get 4 attacks, 3 + 1 for the charge. And I'm hitting this many times. Strength 4, toughness 4 with shred from the lightning claws. So 3 wounds with AP 3, and you don't have a power weapon?
Nope.
Alright, so let's see if I make my save. No. So we kill each other, so that's 2 blood points, right?
Yep.
So you killed the character and lost the character.
Skulls
so now
for the Skull Throne.
Oh man. So
Lord
the Blood
Khorne
Tithe
is very pleased.
feeding the blood.
Offering.
Khorne doesn't care who dies, right? As long as he gets his blood.
Cares
Blood
not
for the
who
blood
dies
god.
as long as the blood flows.
Alright, so the rest of this is also simultaneous, right?
Yep.
Alright, so these 2 guys are removed as casualties.
So you guys have 1 more attack.
Yeah, I got two attacks, because 1 plus the 2 weapons, then a charge, so 3 attacks each, 9 attacks. Alright, so I forgot that the Vanguard get 2 base attacks because they're veteran. And 2 base attacks, +1 for 2 weapons, +1 for the charge. So 4 attacks, hitting on 4s. Alright, so we got it. These are out of here. Okay, strength 4, toughness 4,
yep.
Wounding on 4s. So 1, 2, 3, 4 wounds on the Raptors. This is simultaneous, so they'll get their attacks back.
I'll do my attacks now too, so I have 9 total, 3 each. So we hit 5 times. We'll do 5 wounds.
Alright, so I got 3 guys remaining. Let's see if they make their saves. 1's going to die, and then I got 2 more. So 2 will die from my group.
1 dies from the Raptors.
Alright, so you're going to win that combat. Okay, so Space Marines lost that combat by 1. We rolled Snake Eyes for the leadership, so that is a locked up combat right there. We know no fear. And we're going to go on to the bottom of turn 2, and you got reserves coming on with the with the Helldrake and the 3 Terminator squads.
Yep.
So the Blood Tithe is up to 6 after 1.5 rounds. Guess it accumulates pretty quick when you get into combat.
Okay.
Okay, we had movement, so he was able to get all of his reserves in. That's 3 Terminator squads and a Helldrake. He spent his blood points on Feel No Pain. So the entire army, since he was infantry, mostly infantry based, the entire army now has Feel No Pain. Was it just for this round?
Yep.
Alright.
Next turn.
So Feel No Pain for the round. And he was contemplating getting 5 hounds back on the board, but I agree. I think Feel No Pain would be better for this round. So direct hit here, direct hit there. Did not lose any men for dangerous terrain. Direct hit there, did not lose any men for dangerous terrain. Helldrake came on from that corner, so he's in a nice position to do some Bale Flame. These guys clambered up and were only able to move, what, 3 or 4 inches? Yeah. So they're on top of this terrain, and the Skull Taker.
He joined up with the Bloodletters.
So he's going to lead the Bloodletters and try to get a big 9-inch charge against that. And the Lord with his hounds have turned on to the Centurions, since they've been dealing a lot of damage. And these guys came out of the destroyed, wrecked Rhino and moved up to try to go after objective number 6.
I'm going to run them right now. 5 inches.
Alright, so they're going to be able to secure that. That was one of your cards?
Yeah. No, but I need Ascendancy.
Ascendancy is a control, what, 3 or more?
Yeah.
Alright, so he's going for that Ascendancy.
Here.
Okay, so the combi plasma is firing into the Terminators.
Hitting on 3s, 3 misses. And then wounding on 2s. 3 wounds.
Okay, so that's a 5-up save. Not 1, so 3 dead Terminators. That just knocked me off that objective.
Alright, and we're going to fire our combi meltas into your Predator over there with these guys.
So combi meltas into the Predator.
And all within 6. I think it's 6, right?
Yeah, the front 2 are.
Does the last guy have it?
I think so. Let's take a look. Yep.
Alright, so here they are. 3 hits. So I'm going to roll the 2d6. So that's penetrate, it's penetration, and that's 3 penetrations.
Okay, so 3 pens. So it's going to be a wreck no matter what. Let's see if you blow it up. Yep. So it's going to explode. Let's see if it gets any kind of explosion. Looks like the only thing that's going to be affected would be your guys. 1-inch explosion. So this is going to be destroyed, and nothing else happens. No major explosion. Alright, Predator's gone from that. That's another Blood Tithe point, isn't it?
Yep, so that's the...
So we're starting to count again?
Yep.
Alright, so he spent his points. You have to lose all the points. He's back up to 1 now.
Okay, so I need the Helldrake. The flame.
Yep, this is going to hurt. So the Bale Flamer. It's going to be a lot of guys. Packed in nicely from getting pinned.
So I can get 9.
Alright, let's see what you got for damage.
We're going to activate the Demon Forge. So if I'm going to get to reroll the wounds, but if I roll 1, then I take a whole point. So here's the 1. So I didn't roll 1, so I keep all my wounds.
Alright.
So 2s will kill. So we rolled 3 1s, and they all turned into
So
2s.
9 guys are melted
deaths.
into the molten flame of the Bale Flamer. Alright, we'll pick them out. Okay, so 9 of the Emperor's finest fell, and this guy is Soul Blazed for next turn. So now we got Berserkers firing 7 shots into this full squad right here.
Yep. So we're going to throw 1 crack grenade, hits, moving on 2. So 1 crack grenade, and then we have 6 bolt pistols from the rest of the squad shooting there. So we got 4 hits, wounding on 4s, 2 wounds.
Okay, let's see what we got for saves. 3 up. Got 1, 2 saves. The Emperor protects. That would have been costly because we got the Sergeant and the Flamer out front.
Yep. Okay, so now we have the Biker.
He's got some shooting.
Yep, he's got a twin-linked bike combi bolter. So he's ballistic scale 5, so hits on 2s, twin-linked. So 2 hits, wounding on 5s. He's got preferred enemy, so nothing.
No wounds.
Alright. So...
And they can't do any shooting. Do you want to do any run moves with them?
Let's see, they can still charge here. That would be...
So you're going to try to roll that charge up?
Yeah.
Alright,
I'm going to shoot with these guys first.
Oh, that's right. 1 more squad with shooting. Going into the squad or going into the vehicle?
We'll go into the big squad. We're just going to use rapid firing bolters
Okay.
in the combis. So we have 6 shots, bolters. We hit 3 times. Oh, wounding on 4s. 3 wounds, bolters.
Alright, let's see what we got. 3 guys. Oh,
2.
we're out of favor with the Emperor, so these 2 closest ones will be removed.
Okay.
And that was from bolter fire, not even the melters.
Yeah.
Alright, we're looking weak over there. Tactical squads aren't performing as good here.
Okay,
So we're on to the assault phase. That's all for shooting.
Yep.
Alright, that was some lethality dealt out, and the blood tithes are starting to kick in.
Okay.
Okay, so both assaults failed. He rolled an 8, needing a 9, and they failed also. The Overwatch did kill one, but the Feel No Pain that he got saved him, so that Feel No Pain saved 1 Berserker. And these guys easily made it in, and he's issued the challenge. The Librarian has accepted. Okay, so I'm going to shoot it from this perspective. The Hounds charged in, and there were no wounds done to the Centurions. We made all of our 2+ saves. We did some damage, but couldn't wound. We got some hits, couldn't wound. But the big news of the day is that the Lord, who had 1 wound, would you fail to hit me?
No, I go initiative 1.
He goes at initiative 1 because of the axe. So this guy, the librarian, hit him with his force staff. I did not have force activated. And killed him. He failed his 3+ save and did not make his feel no pain save, so he had 1 wound remaining. So this librarian killed a Chaos Lord. So I'll give us a shout out to Blue Table Painting. They painted this guy up for me recently. I just got him. Okay, so the Terminators moved up into the difficult terrain over here. They failed. They killed a bunch of these guys, the Bloodlighters, but we failed our charge. We needed to roll a 9 because we were going through terrain. Failed that charge. These guys moved up, flamed. We were able to kill 1 Berserker with all the bolter fire and the flames. The Stalker had 1 job: kill the Helldrake. Hit it with 4 hits and then did not get anything above a 3. Or I think a 4. So no glances, no nothing on the Helldrake. This vehicle moved over, shot some Stormbolter shots at Skulltaker, made his saves. Assault, we were able to get force. So the Terminator killed 1 dog. And the dogs did 1 wound. We made the save here. And we did a lot of wounds with the Centurions, but he made all of his 5+ saves. So the 2 things I had to do this time was Hungry for Glory. We could not issue a challenge because there were no characters that were in assault. And the Overwhelming Firepower did not happen. And that one last assault over there with the Vanguard and the Raptors, we did not do any damage to either one of us, so we held for another round of locked combat. So we're going to the bottom of the turn. Did you get any more Blood Tithes that turn? No, right?
No.
No characters died. Nothing else died. So it's the bottom of turn 3. Okay, the movement. These guys moved up. Still stayed in coherency to get that objective 6, which he pulled. Terminator's moving up. Helldrake moving in this position. They're going to get some flame action over here, and these guys still have their combi melters. They moved in this direction. So what do you got for shooting?
So we're going to fire this squad at those Terminators over there. We have 7 bolters, and we have 5 hits, and we also have a plasma gun. So, all right. So no wounds with the bolters, and the plasma gun overheats. He's good. So now we have these 3 Terminators. They're going to rapid fire into there. We have 5 hits. And we have 4 wounds.
4 Terminators. 1's dead. Got the 1. So this guy.
Alright, we're just going to run to get that objective with those Terminators. 5 inches.
And that was your second objective that you got, right?
Yeah.
So now you have 2 of the 2 that you pulled. Then Kingslayer is the last card that you have.
Gonna be hard to get. Alright. And so we have the Helldrake to shoot. We're gonna fire it like this.
2 Terminators and 1 man?
Yep. So the man is dead. 2 Terminators. 2 wounds on the Terminators.
Okay, so we got a 2+ save with the Terminators. Another one goes down.
Soul Blaze.
So we lost. That's another Blood Tithe point for the kill on that last man in that squad. So the Blood Tithe points goes up to 3. And the Terminators are Soul Blaze from the fire of the Bale Flamer. So the Blood Tithe is up to 3. Okay, so the Terminators assaulted this Rhino and wrecked it. And now we got Skulltaker issuing a challenge. My sergeant has accepted.
So he's 5 attacks, hitting on 3s. 4 hits. Wounding on 2s because he's strength 6. So 3
and what's his
wounds,
weapon? What's his
AP3.
So my sergeant is not going to be able to survive. He has a power fist. So he's dead. That's another Blood Tithe point.
Yep, so I'm up to 5. Alright.
Kill the character.
Alright,
Okay, so the assault phase saw the Bloodletters, Skull Taker, and the Berserkers wipe out the rest of that tactical squad in combat. These guys are still locked. We can't wound each other, or we make our saves. And the Librarian failed to wound, so we couldn't get a kill there, and we got one wound from the Centurion, so that's a locked combat. That's going to be bad, because I was hoping I can free up those Centurions. Probably should have charged those Terminators into the dogs last round, but we're in trouble a little bit. Everything's closing in. And what'd you get? A couple more Blood Tithe points. Yep. So the Blood Tithe is up to 6. So that Demon Prince or Bloodthirster could happen next turn. And what'd you get for objectives?
We got objective 6 and objective 5.
So both of these objectives right here, 5 and 6, are secured. So 2 additional points. So at the end of turn 3, how many points we're looking at over there?
Well, I have 10 total.
10?
Yep.
And then I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plus First Blood plus Slay the Warlord.
9.
So you're winning. All right. So going into turn 4. Okay, so we're in movement phase here, and it's looking bleak. We got Terminators coming over, so these Terminators are going to try to take on the Chaos Terminators. We're still locked in combat. We got all of this coming at us, Berserkers and Bloodletters, and we're going to try to shoot down that Helldrake once and for all with the Skyfire. Okay, the shooting and assault phase. We were able to kill one Raptor in the assault phase, so that's still locked up, but we got one guy dead. My overwhelming firepower was from the shooting here. We wiped out these 3 Terminators, so they won't have anybody to charge. And we finally killed the last dog and consolidated 4 inches back here to try to prepare for that. And we did not hit anything with the Skyfire Icarus Storm Cannon, so the Helldrake is still unscathed and in the air. Going into the bottom of turn 4. Okay, so he's achieved enough Blood Tithe points to summon either the Bloodthirster or the Demon Prince. Which one's it going to be, Connor?
I'm going to summon the Demon Prince.
The Demon Prince. And where's he going to come out of?
He's going to come out of this champion right here.
Okay, so it's a leadership check or else he turns into a spawn.
So he has a 9 and I rolled a 9, so I passed.
So that guy right there turns into a Demon Prince. That's a big, it's a big model on the table. Nice.
It's here. It goes that way 2 inches.
More blood for the Blood God. Okay, so movement. Helldrake is going to fly up on top of that terrain over there, and all these guys are just going to try to push forward, getting closer to the Centurions. Their last stand inside that ruin.
This guy's going to tank shotgun in here if you want a Death or Glory or anything.
See if you can get through with the difficult terrain, because if we hit that wall, it might not even happen. Alright.
I'm just going to go up to there.
Alright, so that's going to be a leadership check. Okay, the Terminators took shots from the Bale Flamer. The Terminators with their combi bolters and the bolters and a plasma. We made our invulnerable save against the plasma, and we lost 1 to a Bale Flamer. So we lost 1 Terminator to shooting, and this guy took a wound from shooting from these Terminators. So we're going into charge.
Yep, we're going to charge with the Terminators into the Centurions. We don't make it. We got 4. We're going to charge with the Berserkers into the Stalker. 10. Should be good.
Yep.
Fist in there. And over here, we're going to charge the Bloodletters into the Centurions. We got 10.
10, so they're in.
Skulltaker's got to issue his challenge.
You can put him out there because we'll get him. I was hoping you wouldn't make it. I got lucky with the Terminators, but
yep. And here,
they're automatically in, so I'm going to fire some Overwatch. Okay, so Khorne Demons, that's still a lock combat. No wounds, done. So that's the never-ending combat. These guys failed to get in. You still got to do my Stalker, right? So you get that Power Fist, get into that real armor. We did good against the Bloodletters. We killed, what, 3 or 4?
Yeah.
And the Skulltaker did 1 wound. No, he didn't do any wounds because we made our saves. This is the weird bad combat. Your champion challenged my sergeant. My sergeant was actually able to kill your guy because you rolled a 1, but you still get a Blood Tithe point for that. And then I killed another Terminator, so I actually won that combat with a chaplain and a sergeant. They did a good job, but you made your saves against the other ones. Okay, so this Stalker was wrecked by the Power Fist. Sergeant destroyed that. This combat is locked up. Nobody runs away. And that combat is locked up. Nobody runs away. So we're going on to turn 5. Okay, top of turn 5. I had nothing to move. Everything's in assault. I could not manifest my force. I tried to manifest force. I rolled 1, 2, 3, so couldn't get it. We were able to kill 1 Bloodletter, and the Skulltaker could not penetrate the armor of the Centurion Sergeant, and the Centurion Sergeant could not penetrate the armor of the Skulltaker. So that's all a lock combat right there. Over here, all the wounds that were dealt out by either side, first of all, my Sergeant and my Chaplain whiffed, both of them. But all the wounds from the Power Fist and from the Axe that got through, both Terminator squads, Chaos and Space Marine, were able to make their invulnerable saves of a 5 or better. And then the everlasting combat, these two struck each other, but could not penetrate each other's armor. So that still is a locked combat. So bottom of turn 5 to the Daemonkin of Khorne. Okay, we got the movement phase for the Khorne. These guys are all moving up. This Rhino was able to successfully navigate the terrain, and under here is objective number 5. So he's going to be able to steal my loot, and he also pulled objective 5. There's going to be 2 points for Khorne just for that one objective there. This guy went out of swoop flying mode, so now he's in hover, or whatever the other thing is called, to get that objective number 2. And brought us to this charge phase, because he can't shoot anything, everything's in combat. So these guys all made their successful charges, and we're just rolling up these guys right now, so we're looking for the Berserkers. Okay, so everybody's in combat, the Terminators, the Berserkers, and the Bloodletters. So we're going to have some challenges issued and see if we get those Blood Tithe points up, and let's see how this assault phase works out. Okay, the big guy also made it in, the Demon Prince, who just came out of that other guy, Champion. So when he was summoned from the Blood Tithe points, and then these Chaos Space Marines were able to also get into base contact with the Terminators and the Chaplain. So successful charges all around. Let's see the result. We're going to go check out the results now. We got 2 charges, 2 combats plus the 1. The everlasting combat between the Raptor and the last Vanguard. Okay, so assaults, again, no wounds, wounds, but no failed armor saves, so they're locked up. In here, 1 Centurion was killed by the Terminators, and the Sergeant from the Berserkers issued the challenge, the Librarian accepted. I struck hit him, but it's a 4-staff, so he made his 3+ save. And his Power Fist wounds were saved, 2 of them, by the Storm Shield, 3+ invulnerable save. So they didn't kill each other. And again, the Skull Taker can't get past the 2+ armor save, and my Centurion cannot get past his 3+ armor save. So we did lose a Centurion. We had lost, and this one took a wound from the Berserkers that charged in here. So we lost the combat by 1, but we were able to. We lost combat by 2, but we made our leadership check. So that's a locked combat. Okay, this one. Demon Prince came in. He only hit twice out of all of his attacks, but he did kill 2 Terminators with his initiative of 9. The Chaplain was able to kill one of the Chaos Space Marines. The Chaos Space Marines were unable to wound the Chaplain or the Terminator squad with their attacks. And a Terminator from Chaos killed one of my Terminators, and I killed the Chaos Terminator, so these guys were canceled each other out. So I lost by 1, but I rolled Snake Eyes again for my leadership. So this is a drawn combat, and everything is still locked up in assault. So the Blood Tithe points went up a little bit, and he was able to steal the loot. So he was able to steal objective 5. He has objective 5, that's 2, plus he got objective 2, that's 3. So 3 points for Khorne this turn. Alright, we're going to roll it up and see if we make it to a turn 6. Yes. So it'll be a turn 6. Crimson Fists. Okay, turn 6 for the Crimson Fists. We went right to assault phase, and in here, well, we did the psychic phase, and some crazy stuff happened to the librarian. He tried to manifest force, rolled double 6s, rolled on the chart, got a 6, made my leadership. So now he's got a warp surge. So he's got armor bane, flesh bane, smash, all kinds of crazy stuff. So he was he did some damage. He was able to kill 2 berserkers, plus including the sergeant that was on him in combat. The Terminators made well, the berserkers that had chain axes did 2 wounds to the Centurions, and then the Terminators came in and finished them off with their power axes. And the Power Fist rolled through the saves, went to the librarian, but he made his 2 3+ Storm Shield saves. So 2 berserkers died and 2 Centurions died. That's 4 wounds from the Centurions, 2 from the berserkers. We lost by 2, but we rolled a 3 for the leadership. So we stuck in combat again. The Skull Taker and him failed to do any wounds to each other. The everlasting combat. These 2 still can't penetrate each other's armor. But this battle saw the Terminator, Sergeant, and the Chaplain. These were the only ones that were left. The only remaining members of that combat. The Demon Prince just made short work of both of them. Killed both of them with went right through their armor, went right through the Rosarius. They consolidated back 4. He consolidated up 6, and I was able to get Assassinate because I pulled some cards. I pulled Assassinate, behind enemy lines, and Psychological Warfare. So I killed the sergeant of the berserkers, but we're going to go at the bottom of this turn now. I think it's going to be the demon's going to be able to mop up the rest of this. So let's see how the librarian does now that he's got the warp surge. He's pretty much of a beast now with his AP2 close combat attacks, 3+ invulnerable save. We already had that, and wounding on 2s with the flesh bane. Okay, the Chaos, Khorne moved around a little bit. They're trying to move over there in case they pull that card. This guy tried to get to objective 3, but he's not within 3 inches of it, so he was not able to get that card that he pulled. The Demon Prince came in and hit like an avalanche, ran in, smashed into the sergeant of the Centurions, killed him. The wounds went over. He was able to make his Storm Shield save. And having that, he only hit once, the librarian, but he hit the sergeant, the champion from the Terminators, and I was able to kill him. Failed his invulnerable save with that AP2 now. So we killed the sergeant, the champion from the Terminators. Everybody else didn't do any damage to the librarian. He was able to make his saves, whether it was a 2+ against the chain axes or a 3+ against the invulnerable saves. Skull Taker couldn't do it, couldn't do the damage. So the librarian is all by himself now, fighting a Demon Prince, Skull Taker, 2 Terminators, and 4 Berserkers. Oh, we gotta do that combat over there. Let's see what that. We forgot that one. Oh, I guess that's why it's easy to forget that one. Again, 2 wounds actually from both guys. Well, 2 wounds, no saves, no failed saves. The 3+ armor, we just can't get through each other's armor. Need those power weapons. So we're gonna see if it goes to a turn 7, and roll of a die. No. So the game will end. We're gonna tally up the points, and it looks like it's gonna be a Khorne victory. Okay, so we tallied up all of the objective points, tactical objective cards, and the secondary. So Crimson Fist, Space Marines were able to get First Blood and slay the Warlord. So that's 2, plus these 10. So that's 12 points. Khorne had 15 tactical objective points, plus Line Breaker, and that was it. So 16. So score was 16 to 12 for Khorne Daemonkin victory. The first battle for Connor using that codex, and first time I'm fighting against that codex. So close game. A lot of good things happened. We had a lot of fun with this codex. All the Khorne units. We got some old stuff. You can see some of the old models, Berserkers, the Bloodletters, Hounds.